banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way, and when they're flecked with
Chiquita is an American producer and distributor. The company was founded on March 30th, 1899, and to this very day, the company is still alive and healthy. So, how did it become so popular? Let's find out. Chiquita brand's international history began in 1870 when ships Captain Lorenzo Dow Baker purchased 160 bunches of banana in Jamaica and resold them in Jersey City 11 days later. In 1873, Central American railroad developer Minor C. Keith began to experiment with banana production in Costa Rica. Later, he planted bananas alongside a Costa Rican railroad track to provide revenue for the railroad. In 1878, Baker partnered with Andrew Preston to form the Boston Fruit Company. United Fruit Company was founded in 1899 when the Boston Fruit Company and various fruit exporting concerns controlled by Keith merged. In 1903, United Fruit Company was listed on the New York Stock Exchange and became the first company to use refrigeration during open sea transport. In 1928, workers went on strike in protest against poor pay and working conditions in the company plantations, Sinaga, Colombia. The company lobbied U.S. government forces to assist with repressing the outbreak. However, the Colombian government opted to quell the strike on its own, sending military forces into the town of Sinaga, where the strikers had gathered, on December 6. The repression resulted in the deaths of scores of plantation workers and their families. This episode is known in the history of Colombia as the Masquerade de las Bananas, Banana Masquerade. Gabriel Garcia Marquez alludes to the event in his novel 100 Years of Solitude by describing a military suppression that resulted in the death of 3,000 plantation workers in the fictional town of Macondo. While Garcia Marquez has stated that the deaths in his novel are potential overestimations, the actual number of deaths has never been confirmed. Estimates gathered from oral histories to primary sources vary widely, from 47 to upwards of 1,000 casualties. By 1930, the company's fleet had grown to 95 ships. In 1944, the company premiered the Chiquita Banana advertising jingle, which extolled the virtues of the fruit as well as when to eat them and how to store them. The song, which had an infectious calypso beat, began with the words, "I'm Chiquita Banana and I've come to say." The brand name Chiquita was registered as a trademark in 1947. In 1952, the government of Guatemala began exporting unused United Fruit Company land to landless peasants. The company responded by investingly lobbying the U.S. government to intervene and mounting a misinformation campaign to portray the Guatemalan government as communist. In 1954, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency deposed the government of Guatemala elected in 1950, elected and installed a pro-business military dictatorship. By 1955, United Fruit Company was processing 2.7 billion pounds, which is 1.2 billion kilograms of fruit a year. In 1966, the company expanded into Europe. Eli Black came in 1968 and was made chairman, president, and CEO. In 1970, the company merged with AMK Corporation and changed its name to United Brands Company. Black took a controlling interest by outbidding the two other conglomerates, Zapata Corporation and Textron. After the suicide of Black in 1975, the company was acquired by Seymour Milston and Paul Milston. In 1980, Chiquita was an official sponsor of the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. In 1984, Cincinnati investor Carl Linder Jr. became the controlling investor in the United Brands. In 1990, the company renamed itself Chiquita Brands International as it undertook major investments in Costa Rica. However, the company began to see a decline in Honduran operations during the first half of 1990. As a result, Chiquita initiated the Banana Wars, with rival companies fight thefts over the limited banana supply. Chiquita began illegally seizing and destroying thefts shipments, as well as bribing judges to validate detention orders on Fifth's ships. This culminated in the destruction of $10 million worth of produce. Fifth's manager, Ernest Otto Selinsky, alleged that Chiquita used a falsified arrest warrant in a kidnapping attempt, and he filed suit several times. In 1993, the company was hit by European tariffs on the import of Latin American bananas. In 1994, some Chiquita farms were certified by the Rainforest Alliance's Better Banana Project as being environmentally friendly. In 1995, the company sold the John Morrell meat business that was part of the original AMK Corporation. In 1998, the world's largest banana processing facility debuted in Costa Rica. In 2001, the EU dismantled their banana import policy that favored European companies. This ended any ongoing banana disputes. Restructuring. In November 2001, Chiquita filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in order to restructure the company. It emerged from the bankruptcy on March 19, 2002, ending Cincinnati businessman Carl H. Linder Jr.'s control of the company. Also in 2002, Chiquita joined the Ethical Trading Initiative and was named as top green stock by the Progressive Investor. In 2003, Chiquita acquired the German produce distribution company Atlanta AG. It also sold processed foods division to Seneca Foods that year. In 2004, 100% of Chiquita farms were certified compliant with the SA 8000 labor standard, and the company earned the Corporate Citizen of the Americas Award from the Honduran charity. Fresh Express Salads was purchased from Performance Food Group in 2005. Acquisition. In March 2014, Chiquita Brands International and Fifes announced that their boards of directors and anonymously approved a merger agreement. In the stock-for-stock transaction, former Chiquita shareholders will own approximately 50.7% of the new company, Chiquita Fifths, while Fifths shareholders will own 49.3% of the new company. The all-stock purchase was valued at $526 million US. The agreement would have created the largest banana company in the world, with projected annual revenues of $4.6 billion US and have been domiciled in Ireland but be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Chiquita's CEO Ed Longren would have served as chairman, and Fifth's executive chairman David McCann would have become the CEO of the proposed entity. Lonergan called this milestone transaction, and that the combined company will also be able to provide customers with a more diverse product mix and choice, while McCann added that both companies will benefit from their joint expertise, complementary assets, and geographic coverage to develop a business. According to Chiquita, the deal will provide substantial operational efficiencies and cost savings. The combined company will have tax savings from being domiciled in Ireland, similar to the 2013 acquisition by U.S. drug maker Perrigo of Irish company Elan. The deal is a corporate inversion, as the takeover company Chiquita United States is relocating to domicile to that of the purchase company Fifths Ireland. $611 million Australian takeover offer by Curtrade of Brazil and Safara Group in August 2014 was rejected outright by Chiquita, with the company refusing to meet with the bidders to discuss the offer. Chiquita said it was pressing on with its merger and Fifths. However, shortly after Chiquita shareholders rejected the Fifths merger, the curtail Safara offer of $14.50 per share was accepted. Yet the North Carolina Economic Development Board asserted that if the headquarters was moved away, the company would be due to return NC and local incentive money. Former Charlotte City Council member John Lasseter, who heads the board, said the new owners would inherit Chiquita's responsibilities under a 2011 deal that brought the company. The agreement stipulates that it received more than $23 million in incentives in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County for moving its headquarters and hundreds of high-paying jobs from the Cincinnati, and it moved again. Within 10 years, it must repay the clawback provision. Lasseter said of the matter, "It's not a question of opinion, it's what does the agreement say. I would expect both the city of Charlotte to impress its position on the new owners and for the new ownership to follow expectations under its provisions of the agreement." And there's the history of Chiquita. How did it become so popular? Well, I say when it did those acquisitions back in the early 2000s, I think that's how it became very popular. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end off this video. If you guys haven't enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe because I do videos every single day. And also don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell on my second channel. My second channel will be the third link in below. And if you guys would like to follow me on Instagram or send me fan art on my Instagram, you guys can send me fan art on my Instagram and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram will be the second link in below. And if you guys would like to join my Roblox fan group, my Roblox fan group will be the first link in below. And if you guys would like to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter will be the fourth link in below. And if you guys would like to follow me on Reddit, my Reddit will be the fifth link in below. And if you guys would like to follow me on TikTok, my TikTok will be the sixth link in below. And if you guys would like to check out my Facebook page will be the seventh link in the below. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!